Well, hello everybody and welcome in to Sardar Udham finale reaction, Stephen. I was going to say episodic finale reaction, but it's a movie. We are breaking it up into 5 parts. It is not episodic, it is not a TV show.
No.
Very much a feature-length film bestowed upon us via the sort of brilliance of Amazon.
Yeah.
Making this story a possibility, adapting the life of this really inspirational figure, Stephen Sardar Udham Singh, and also Begat Singh as well. That's what his name was one day. Now I'm hoping that's what his name was. His friend who obviously sacrificed his life.
Yeah.
22, 21.
Yeah.
Really inspirational story, Stephen. Really enjoyed this movie up till this point. The last one was hard watching. Obviously the slaughter of thousands of innocents in that hall, in that
so much
town
so,
square.
It's been almost a week since we've come back to this, guys. We need to be honest.
Yeah.
It's took us that long to get back into it. Very hard hitting, very hard watch, as you said, John. Very emotional. Yeah, I was deflated. I was really deflated after that, and it really took a lot out of us. Yeah. So much so we had to move on to Andor just to lighten things up a little bit. But we've had issues, obviously. This film we've been doing for the best part of 10 days now, but the reason for that is because in the midst of doing the reactions, YouTube decided to block episode 3 and it held us up.
And I ended up in the hospital.
And you weren't well, John, as well.
Years.
Yeah. So,
but I'm back with a bang.
Yeah.
And we're back with a bang. The videos are going out.
And we will be rating this at the end.
We'll be rating it at the end. I'll be reviewing it, Stephen.
Yeah, we'll do a little review.
Video?
Yeah, in this video, yeah. I think that's what we do now. Did you just do that with web series? I can't remember.
Yeah, we'll start doing it with movies as well. Fuck it, we'll do it in this. I'm looking forward to it. We've got roughly about half an hour left, I want to say, of this movie. Get right into it and see the lasting legacy of this slaughter, if you'd like, atrocity on Sardar. Why it has pushed him into doing what he's done. Because that's what I'm presuming the last act of this movie is going to be about, the last 30 minutes. On that note, we'll press play. Quickly do something.
I can't believe some of them are still alive.
Yeah. No, I mean, Stephen, those people survived the likes of Stalingrad. And incredible inhumanity. This will be the realisation, won't it?
Yep.
That it's just unloaded.
His physical transformation is very impressive as well. John, the younger self.
Yeah, he looks very young, very lean.
Yeah.
He's got this sort of peachy fuzz on the face.
He's very teenager looking.
Yeah.
Late teens.
She's no mean feat, Stephen, because he isn't young.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the moment he discovers he's...
Yeah, I know.
Sort of,
that's when his
life
changes forever.
Interest, but she's certainly a huge part of his life. It's the fact that he fucked off and just left these people.
Yeah, they've not even... It's a terrible thing to say. They've not even burnt the bodies or anything like that. They're just leaving them as if they're garbage. It's absolutely shocking.
That's just to show. I mean, you heard O'Dwyer saying it, that the punishment itself is almost a message.
Yeah.
Don't wrong us, don't try to rise up or you'll get it.
Wheelbarrow.
This guy really has went above and beyond to save people.
Yeah. Listen to that score as well.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of strength to do that.
Absolutely it does. Oh my God.
This is horrendous.
5-6 घंटे हो गए पानी बंद कर रखा है कुआं पहुंच में क्या बचेंगे नहीं, डॉक्टर चाहिए।
Why have they cut the water? That's what I want to know.
Is it British?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we know why, John. Because this isn't enough,
Yeah.
you know. I think somebody would be helping them.
Yeah, I know.
It's the amount of people that are still alive that I'm shocked at.
Yeah.
I thought there might have been a few, but it's quite a lot.
Yeah, I mean, they were just spraying all over the place, Steve, and there wasn't really great thought for where they were aiming.
Oh.
So you'd have a lot of people with flesh wounds who couldn't move. They didn't want to move.
He's taking all this in, he's absorbing it every moment of this.
Yeah. And then he hears that old bastard telling him it was sufficient.
Yeah. This must be when he sees her, surely.
और कितने? बहुत लोग हैं, पर बाहर अभी कर्फ्यू लगा है।
Fuck that curfew.
होतियाँ पीछे।
Oh dear.
It makes you angry, it really does make you angry.
Back to holding hands, yeah. You can see why he did what he did. It's not enough to kill that one cunt. And he died too quickly.
वो सांस ले रही है, हाथ पैर भी हिल रहे हैं। दादी,
I think seeing this as well, John, first hand, it kind of adds to the character's strength, inner strength, that he could have took this O'Dwyer out a lot easier in the hunting scene or in the house, but he wanted to keep that moment for a public showing.
He wanted to do exactly what he's done to these people and use it.
But you know, if you're experiencing that, your emotions would overcome that, you would just do them in, but actually restrain yourself from doing it in that way until the right moment, in his eyes obviously.
Well, I mean, he used this as a means to stop further uprising. Publicity stunt, if you'd like. He's done the same, using his death as a means to fuel that uprising.
It's almost like part of him doesn't want to find her. I think. Many people do you think were there, John?
Thousands. Thousands.
Scan this.
नहीं पतंग उड़ाता है काटी पतंग किसी की हैं एक बार ना इकट्ठे उड़ाएंगे पतंग बस 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 बस
Yeah, he had to do it though.
बस बस मैं अब भी आया इसको छोड़ के अब भी आया मैं
I think she's away.
Yeah.
बेबे बेबे करता रे
Oh dear.
बेबे
See, Steve, we were discussing this also. I don't know where it's going to get in or not, but the sort of atrocities that have been committed throughout the history of mankind that you're maybe not aware of. The fact this happened fairly recently.
Yeah.
We don't know about this. They don't teach people about this.
Well, not going to, are they? Not in this country anyway.
But you've got to commend someone like Amazon, a company like Amazon, for allowing this to go out.
Oh, World War II was all about Winston Churchill smoking cigars in Vera Lynn.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the history we're taught. I don't know where he's getting his strength. I don't know if it's adrenaline or whatever.
You do tend to find it in moments of adversity.
Yeah. They must be absolutely shattered.
People can go and go and go.
Yeah.
I mean, I think of that Norwegian World War II film I watched. The guy fucking swam across sub-zero water in Norway for miles.
Incredible,
and
isn't it?
survived to get away from the Nazis.
Sir, there has been a firing upon a crowd in Amritsar.
Oh, don't panic. Casualties?
Don't know, sir.
Wounded?
Many. Hundreds.
Why is he acting like he doesn't know about this?
Looks like pass the buck on to that Dyer guy, Reginald Dyer.
A wee boy.
Yeah.
All out.
It's these sycophantic bastards who worked with the British.
Yeah.
You think they're going to try and start burning bodies now? You think that's why they're rushing?
Yeah.
The cover-up has begun.
I mean, I know he's telling the story at the moment to this inspector. I wonder what's going through this inspector's mind with him telling him this.
If you hear of that and you're not enraged or affected, then you're a fucking psychopath. You would fully understand why the guys did what he did and realise they've got off lightly. Because just one old xenophobic bastard died.
It makes that whole courtroom scene even more laughable.
Yeah. It makes the accusations of him being a criminal laughable.
Message from Sir Michael O'Dwyer, sir.
I've been up all night. Haven't had any sleep.
Oh,
Oh, should you? You fucker.
I did my duty. Served my country.
Yeah, shooting kids and
Your
women.
action has been approved, sir. Is the curfew to be kept on?
What time is it?
6 a.m., sir.
Announce a relaxation at 8 a.m. They will need to bury and burn their dead. Captain, is it quiet out there?
Yes, sir.
You keep telling yourself that, pal. I can see it in your eyes. That's haunting you for the rest of your days. You know it was wrong.
उस रात मैंने मौत देखी एक बस वही अपनी थी फिर सब अपने हो गए तो मेरे ग्रंथी जी ने मुझसे कहा उत्तर जवानी रब का दिया हुआ तोहफा है
Yeah, so's old age though.
अब ये तेरे ऊपर है कि तू इस तोहफे को जाया करता है या इसको कोई मतलब देता है पूछूंगा उनसे मेरी जवानी का कोई मतलब बना
Powerful acting though.
Yeah. I don't know how I've not heard of this guy before. It's phenomenal.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Yes. Tell people I was a revolutionary.
This guy didn't strike me as one for revolutions.
Cold light of day.
Yeah.
Oh
Might a miracle though that many people managed to survive.
dear. Yeah. Thanks to him.
Yeah. I'm sure in real life there was loads and loads and loads of people
Yeah.
Going back and forth.
चुक के ले जाओ सलाइन दो और क्लोरोफॉर्म भी दो
Obviously, it's Sardar Udham, so it's going to follow
स्कैल्पल सब रेडी
this
करो
guy.
बाकी उतर जिंदा नहीं
Is that the little kid?
Oh, yeah, it was the one he was talking about, the
Yeah,
kite.
the kite.
Yeah. Oh dear.
चलो स्ट्रेचर लेके आओ दोबारा
He looks in another universe.
Yeah.
Totally dazed and confused. But you were right though, Stephen, you says he looks like a teenager. That's what he's
Yeah.
supposed to be, I think, here.
He looks thinner.
Yeah.
And judging by some of the comments in the community talking about this guy, you know, and what he does to prepare for a role, like, you can tell he's a method actor.
Yeah. That says that, yeah. I mean, I think there was actual wounds in his back.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's so different now.
Yeah, it's completely, he's a lot plumper
Yeah.
around the face.
How are you?
Oh, he's doing wonderful. In a real good place.
Months have gone now. Come back. You must ask for a pardon. You live.
Really?
What's he got to live for, though? I mean,
Yeah.
Time to meet my friend.
everyone he's loved are away, you know.
Yeah.
Please, Udham.
That's time, miss.
I don't think it's as simple as him getting a pardon as well. I mean, you've seen this scene with Churchill and King George.
Yeah.
They wanted to make an example of him.
They're going to make him a martyr. That's what they were afraid of.
Yeah.
He can't change that. He can't do anything about that, I'm afraid. It's people's perception. It's a public perception of that person
Yeah.
that makes them a martyr. There's nothing anyone, no politician in the world can change. Score's amazing.
Yeah.
Who's your man that did the Shawshank Redemption score? Because that's very
Thomas
similar.
Newman.
I think it's very much like his work.
Yeah, he's also been a hugely inspirational director or composer.
Mm. Hits you in the feels.
Some of the traditional Indian stuff as well has been
Yeah.
absolutely outstanding. The flashback scenes, top tier. It's crazy to think that hanging was still
Yeah.
about as recently as 40 odd years ago, 50 years ago.
It's a great shot.
Yeah. Well, if you cast your mind back, Stephen, to when these two guys were discussing
Yeah.
the future of their
Yeah.
sort of message, you need to make sure you make it out or something, because they'll be coming for me. He says they'll be coming for me as well.
Do you think that's a photograph
I
of
think
her?
so, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that shows you the scale of it.
Yeah. Who'd be human, eh? What are we doing to ourselves?
And I mean, this is it's 80 years ago. And they're still
Nothing
at it.
ever changes, though.
No. Justine, this is what it says though, with the tribalism of humanity. Always want to separate each other. Create conflict. You talk about a shot, that was an incredible shot of him coming out of the water there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, that was a outstanding movie.
That's one of the best films I've seen in a long time, John.
And we've
A
got
long
more coming
time.
here, Stephen. I
Yeah.
think we may have more coming here.
Wow.
We may
Yeah,
have
it
more.
might be. Yeah, it might be what happened to these
I think it's
characters.
just a
Yeah.
breakdown, yeah.
Yeah, I like these things because I always end up looking up these things anyway.
Yeah.
What became of them?
And you decided that you would fire onto the crowd.
Yes.
Yes.
I went with the deliberate intention of opening fire.
Supposing the passage was sufficient for the armored cars to go in, would you have fired with the machine guns?
Oh, absolutely.
I think probably yes.
Don't you think that the firing went on for too long?
A small amount of firing is a criminal act.
I was going to punish them. My idea was to make a wide, strong impression.
This guy's a despicable
I was
bastard.
going to teach them a lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's the irony, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fighting for them, and that's what they did to them. That's the thanks they get.
You
That's-
can understand the likes of Muhammad Ali's
Yeah.
non-participation in Vietnam, John, for the treatment of his people as well.
Here you go. I mean, it's just, we're fucking talking about this guy, Churchill. Right man at the right time for Britain to stop Hitler, but a despicable man. Truth be told.
Yet to receive an official apology. That sums it up.
And they never will receive an official apology because the British government and monarchy believe that they are better.
Repatriated to India. Good.
The fact that the British monarchy will still not return the Koh-i-Noor, is that what it's called? Koh-i-Noor? The gem to India is a fucking scandal.
I can imagine. Yeah. I think there's still like holes in the wall, like bullet holes, where it took place, John. 'Cause
Yeah.
I remember looking it up after we watched that because I really
I mean,
wanted
that's
to
the
see
best,
how.
the most important thing you can do,
Yeah.
Steve. We've seen that in France, the atrocities committed by the SS Germans.
Yeah.
They've still got an actual town where a massacre was committed. Women, children, elderly people shot and burnt in a church in this village, and they've kept the village exactly as it was
There's
from that
parts
day.
of Dublin like that as well.
And then obviously you think of Hiroshima.
Yeah.
To this day, there's still shadows from the poor people who were wiped out within a second with
You
those
can't
bombs.
erase.
You can't erase, and you mustn't
No,
erase
you shouldn't,
history.
no.
You should always keep things as a stark reminder of what humans are capable of.
Yeah.
They're capable of the most depraved acts
Yep.
imaginable. And it repeats itself again and again and again. And Stephen, we keep speaking about it. We had comments about Scottish people not liking the British. It's not about that. It's the British Empire, and there's, I feel, two very different kinds of people in Britain today. The ones that celebrate all things British, good and bad, love the British Empire and what it did, and openly celebrate it. And then you've got people like me, and I'm sure you as well, Stephen, and a lot of other people who are fucking embarrassed, ashamed, cringe
Yeah.
at some of the stuff that happened in the
There's
British
things that you
Empire
have
these days.
there's things in history that you have to remember and honour and celebrate, John, if it's the right things.
Yeah.
In terms of obviously your main character in this movie has to be remembered. He has to be remembered, and his name has to be remembered. Not just in India and not just in Indian communities throughout the world, but everyone has to remember people like this and what they did.
It's like Sophie Scholl.
Yeah.
In Germany, young 20-something, her and her brother, standing up against the Third Reich.
In terms
you've
of
got figures like this throughout history, and they must be remembered. And the best way to do that, outside of these sort of primary countries in question, is to adapt a story
to
cinema.
Are we going on to a review then?
Yeah, Steve, I mean, you can be short and sweet with this, or you can be long and detailed. If you're being short and sweet, if we're rating this out of 10, I'll go right in with my rating just now. I'm giving this a 9.5 out of 10. I think this is fucking outstanding. It's also not perfection. There'll be niggles in there, so I can't give it a full 10, but I'm thinking in terms of story, the powerfulness of the last 45 minutes, showing the atrocity, showing the humanity of this man, Sardar. I just think that's cinema at its absolute best. You're showing some people, us who don't know anything about the story, a piece of history.
Well, that's it, John. I think the storytelling, the writing in this, and I said this, I think halfway through the film's been sublime. It's just anyone coming into it not educated on these events is coming into it with fresh eyes, and the storytelling is for people that probably don't know the story, but also people that do know the story will, I really want to say enjoy it, because it's not an enjoyable thing to witness, but in terms of production qualities, in terms of the writing, the acting, cinematography is fantastic. The score, the composing was fantastic, John. Some of the best composing I've seen in an indie movie to date. I'm going to rate it as a 10.
A 10, yeah.
It's one of the best films I've seen in a long, long time. Really emotional. Pacing of the film was fantastic as well from start to finish. I thought it was very consistent. There was no anything rushed in the first half of the film. I thought the first half of the film was really just educating us on this man, educating his ways, educating his background, his history, and then that second half of the film really it justify. I don't even know what to say justify, because it's as if I'm promoting violence. I don't mean it that way. You can
but that
understand,
man deserves violence.
You do understand his motives even more when you see what happened right in front of your eyes, and see when a film gets you like that and gets you where you've watched it and then you're thinking about it days afterwards, that's a good film as far as I'm concerned. And you're thinking about it, you're thinking about those scenes, those harrowing scenes that shock you to the core. Certainly for me anyway, John. I can't speak for you, but I know that you were very silent after it. And
no, Stephen, it's you can't not help but not be touched when you're seeing the little girl who's fallen, lost her life, being trampled on by people frantic to get away, and then them ultimately being shot to their deaths. It's horrific.
One of the most hard-hitting things, apart from obviously the shootings, was that last half hour there, was actually the aftermath. When you're seeing the little girl holding their mum's hand, and the two of them lying. I thought, was it two? It was the sister, just holding each other's hands. And it's things like that. I obviously think of my own daughters and stuff like that, and thinking that, they're probably my oldest daughter's age, and it just really affects you, and when a film can do that, and there's something magic about that. That's why we love film. That's why we go to the cinema. That's why we, like to do these watch-alongs, especially with a film of that high quality. And the writing, and I keep saying it, the writing in a film is very important.
Structurally, it was brilliant, Stephen. The way they structured it, I kind of predicted it, but the implementation of the structuring was outstanding. The reverse engineering, showing you the act that he obviously commits, killing this O'Dwyer guy, to then go back and show you the lead up to it, and then almost go back again and do another flashback, show you his upbringing with Bagat, with the women, and then another flashback to the atrocity. The way they structured it was perfect. You're right, the pacing was bang on. Even the English acting, the actors, the British actors were really decent as well. Very, very well handled. And just again, it's another World War II era movie, Stephen. This isn't technically about the actual war, but it is, because it's pertinent to the story, because the way they handled the punishment of Sardar
did they ever find his girlfriend?
I don't think he did, no. I don't think he did. And I think that's almost perfect, Stephen, because you don't want to see that. You don't want to see it. I don't even know if that was his girlfriend. I don't know if that was the case. I think it was just someone who was very important to him. But no, I don't think they did ever explore that.
She wasn't in it much, John, but you could feel the connection, just through the characters. And I know obviously she couldn't speak, but there was something about the connection between them, just the communication in their eyes, in their body language, and that's good acting.
I mean, ultimately, Stephen, the way I would round it up is by saying hitting home this World War II thing. I've seen so many great movies in this era of different scales from different regions: Denmark, Germany, France. Now we've added a great Indian story, and again, it's not about World War II, but it's set in that era, and the ramifications of Britain being at war with Germany, not wanting to stoke any revolution at home, not wanting to impact on Indian forces fighting for the crown.
Well, this story, at that time, it shows the impact of this story, John, that it actually wasn't smothered by the events of World War II, which basically smothered every everything else, every
It
other
did.
event that happened at that time.
But
For
how
this
many
to
great
stand
stories
out-
have you seen though, Stephen, in that era? I mean, large, small. I mean, it's fucking Saving Private Ryan's big, bombastic war stuff. Downfall, Sophie Shaw, Land of Maynard, I think it was. The Danish one. There's so many brilliant Les Innocents. There's so many great stories from that era of human struggle within this unbelievable conflict. And this just is another one added. Again, it's more about Indian
The Cillian Murphy one I
patriotism.
saw, I can't remember the name of it. Was a fantastic.
Yeah,
film
that'd have
as
been
well.
the Man with the Iron Heart or something like that. Was that the one
it was,
about?
It was a one word, John. I think it was a German sounding name, as I recall. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was about fucking, I forget his name.
I'll look it up.
Heydrich
Might
or
have
something
to
like that.
cut this man, but I'll look it
It
up.
was about your man in Prague.
Cillian Murphy. Let's see. Cillian Murphy, a fantastic film. Him and Jamie Dornan were in it.
Yeah, it was about Reinhard Heydrich, I'm sure. Reinhardt.
Oh, I've got the word stuck in the tip of my tongue now. He was in Dunkirk. Anthropoid.
Yeah.
Joseph Gap. He played.
He played a Czech. Yeah,
Yeah,
the guy.
Anthropoid,
He assassinated. Was it Reinhard Heydrich? They assassinated.
Yeah.
So many great movies from
it's
that
the
era.
personal ones, John, and
It is.
obviously you get the more bombastic ones like your Dunkirks and your 1917s and stuff like that. It's still human elements to that, but it's those sort of ground level ones that fascinate me the most. The ones that, how does it affect the normal people? You know, it's not just about the ones on the front lines, which obviously I'm not disrespecting in any way because we've seen that so many times. That's all I mean. But it's how it's hitting communities and children and women and the men, you know, and relationships.
Stephen, if this act hadn't been committed, the murder of O'Dwyer during World War II, the punishment wouldn't have been as harsh. I don't feel, because he was an ex-military man, he's preaching about guns and fucking militarising the Indians for World War II. And the fact this was committed on British soil in London, I think that probably impacted the punishment they dished out. You've seen the conversation between Churchill and King George.
Yeah.
So that to me almost transforms this into a World War II era movie. So I'm going to get that's why I'm going down that rabbit hole. That's another level of why I enjoyed it so much. The period piece was implemented very, very well.
Yeah.
Just overall, a really, really good movie, Stephen. It's one of the best movies I've seen from the subcontinent. It's a 9.5/10 for me as well. It's in that range.
Yeah.
It's near perfection. Just really, really good. And Vicky Kaushal is absolutely outstanding. That's one of the best performances I've seen in a long time. Some of the stuff he's doing, not even uttering a word, the tears come down his face, the quiet moment of...
And the water, John, at the very end was very
great.
powerful, wasn't it?
The moment when he's been hung, Stephen, and he's grasping the photograph right to the very end. It's little bits like that just add so much to the performance. So this movie wouldn't have been half as good without that guy's brilliance. Even the last 40 minutes, he's pushing himself to the absolute brink of collapsing, trying to save as many people. To then see him being brandished as a criminal, as this murderous sort of evil guy, when he's clearly the complete fucking opposite. It was angering to see, but just brilliantly implemented the performance. Really, really, really enjoyed the movie, man. I'm glad people recommend. Steve, it wasn't even that people recommended this movie, because we reacted to the trailer many moons ago.
We did, John.
And I was taken by the trailer at the time. I knew it was a good movie. Just looking at it, I'm like, this is a fucking film. This is a proper film.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to commend Prime Video as well for
taking the risk of adapting a story like this.
Yeah, I mean,
because we've seen it.
I mean,
the British state covering things up.
Well, we saw the titles at the very end. There's a lot of the files still to be disclosed, that haven't been seen the light of day.
Steve, they were thieving bastards. They stole jewels. They stole all sorts of riches, resources out of every country they were involved with. And even to this day, jewels from Africa, highly valuable jewels. Is it the Koh-i-Noor? I says it during the reaction.
Yeah.
Highly valuable, one of the biggest gems ever discovered on Earth. And they've still not returned it to its rightful home. It's despicable. But look, man, I could get on my political soapbox and speak about the British Empire until the cows come home. I'm not a fan of the atrocities committed, and that's ultimately why I enjoy movies like this as well. Getting it right up them. Sticking it to the establishment, sticking it to despicable
people. I think when there's no apology, John, I think that's what makes it worse, that they can't admit when they're wrong about something, and just hold their hands up and say, we got this wrong. But
they can't do that, Steve, and they've never been able to do that.
One of our writers, Adrash Mishra, who came on board in May, John.
Yeah.
He actually wrote a review of this, which kind of drew to my attention as well, which you can check out on our website at movieburnerentertainment.org.
And what did they rate it? I'm intrigued.
Let me see.
Did they rate it?
Final conclusions: a must-watch period film based on the life of a great man. Visual treat for the lovers of cinema to feel the feeling when Britishers were ruling in India.
Yeah.
Perfect description.
Yeah.
Perfect roundup.
Brilliant movie.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on it though? What's your take on Sardar Udham? What would you have rated it out of 10? What's your thoughts on the story, the performance of Vicky Kaushal, the technical stuff, the score? That's a perfect example of what a score adds to a movie. You take that score out, that movie's greatly diminished. All the elements come together, that's what makes the magic happen. What's your thoughts on it though? You can comment down below if you've got anything to say about that, our reaction, review, the full shebang. Thoughts can go down below in the comments section. You can also like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to get notifications straight to your eyeballs. That will allow you to view future reactions, notifications of future reactions the moment they come out. Watch alongs, reviews, everything. Regardless of what you do though, thank you once again for watching us. All I'm going to say is thank you for watching us throughout this whole thing. All the other watch alongs, we do appreciate it. We appreciate all the people on Patreon as well. There's a good few of you on there for the early access. Love the support, love the fact people are enjoying the content. Hope you come back again though, and until the next time, me and Stephen are done.